Hi, everybody. Welcome to Chat and Craft with Lorraine. I forgot to put my headphones in. Let me do that. If oh, if we haven't met before, I'm Lorraine Tierney. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Warner, New Hampshire, and I love to make cards. I love to make cards, I love to send cards, and I love to help other people make cards. And I hope you'll watch tonight and maybe learn something new. It's Thursday, April 18th. It was a rainy day here today in New Hampshire, so it was a good day to stay in and create. And I told people I was going to come on tonight and use my favorite stamp set. And this is my absolute favorite stamp set of the stamp sets that are available right now. So I'm going to switch my camera over and I can show you. Do you have any guesses of what it might be? Jan guessed an ice cream, the ice cream squirrel. Hi, Jackie. I don't know if anybody else has guessed what might be my favorite stamp set, but go ahead and put it in the comments if you have an idea. Oh, and I need to turn my other light on. It's a little dark. Let's see. There we go. Now I've got some light going. Okay, so my favorite stamp set is this Notes of Nature stamp set. I really love the way you can make a collage and so many different things with this stamp set. I love the dies that go with it. This one does not go with it. The Notes of Nature dies. The edging for like a notebook page and the different leaves. And we're going to make a card with it tonight. And then I'll show you a few others that I've made with it. This stamp set, by the way, is retiring at the end of the month. So it is available now while supplies last or until April 30th. And that's it. And then it will go away. So we're going to use that Field Notes stamp first. I really like the writing stamps with writing, and especially kind of indistinct writing. You really can't read what that says. Hi, Joanne. I really enjoy that kind of a stamp. So we're going to do a couple of these. Kind of kitty corner. I'm going to go right off the page. We're going to make a collage. That's, I think, one of the things that this stamp set does the best. And now I'm going to fill in with some kinds of like graph paper, which I also love. I love notebooks that have graph paper. I love a trip to Staples. I have to admit it. And maybe that's why I like card making so much. I really like paper. I like white paper in my notebooks. Anybody else just a white paper snob? Now I'm going to use this speckled stamp, and I'm going to stamp twice with it. I'm going to just stamp once and then stamp again everywhere. And I want to fill this in pretty well with all those spots. Okay, I'm going to put something in the center, so I'm not worried about that too much. Okay, let's put this away. So that's our collage right there. That's our background. We're going to put that on a mat and on a card base. And I'm going to do Old Olive and Night of Navy. And this piece is, oh, I didn't cut this right. I need to trim this. I forgot. I just pulled these out of a pile of things I already had trimmed. It's 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to take 1/8 of an inch off. I'm going to make it 3 7/8 so that I can have a little bit of mat showing by 5 1/8. Okay, there we go. And now we're going to put that right here on this old olive mat, and that was old olive that I did the stamping with. Now this Notes of Nature comes with a birthday sentiment. Today is all about you. Happy birthday. And the sentiment, just a little note to say hello, as well as thanks for making me smile. So you can really use it for a lot of different occasions. I'm going to use it with a couple of different stamp sets tonight. Okay, I love the blue and the old olive together. Melanie, isn't it a great stamp set? Yeah, I love it too. It's really, really quite nice. All right, so we're going to build our focal image. I'm going to use the second largest Stylish Shapes dies. This has that stitching around the edge in Night of Navy. And we're going to stamp a sentiment on this little piece I cut with a die that's from the Something Fancy set of dies. And we're going to use a sentiment from Perennial Postage. This is another stamp set that was in the mini catalog that is retiring, and I love this stamp set. It has the most awesome sentiments, sending love and best wishes. I mean, you can send that for no special reason, or with a birthday, or with the Mother's Day one, or just a happy anniversary. We're going to use You Mean the World to Me. There's I Can't Thank You Enough. You're loved beyond measure. Here for you always. I know you will get through this. It's got great sentiments. If you don't have this one, you're going to want it before it goes away. It comes in very handy. Okay, so I'm going to stamp. I got to get that a little closer to me. The You Mean the World to Me. On that, and I'll just set that there for a minute. And we're going to do a little die cutting and a little coloring. And I forgot to grab a piece of white. Okay, we're going to use this. This was cut out with the Garden Meadow die, and we're going to stamp a couple of the leaves from this stamp set. And we'll die cut those out, but first we're going to color those in, and we're going to color them in with a blender pen. And this blender pen is pretty cool. It can take the place of a marker, and it can be used with any color. This is going to have some green on it right now because that's what I've been using it with, but I could do that enough times to clear it off. Oh, I've got both ends green. But you can use it with any color. It's got something inside of it. Does it tell us what it is? No, it's like not an alcohol. I don't know what kind of liquid is inside it, but you just kind of dab it in your ink pad. I put it right in the corner of my ink pad, and you pick up a little ink, and then you can color with it. And you can, like I said, use it in any color. So it kind of takes the place of a marker for coloring. And you can just keep going through. I didn't think about doing one of these ahead of time, but we'll just keep talking. Hi, Cheryl. I'm glad you could make it. Sure, better late than never. I'm showing you my favorite stamp set, the Notes of Nature. I just love this one. It's one of the ones that are going away. There are quite a few stamp sets have sold out already, but there's quite a few good deals still left on the last chance sale. There's still some things that are on sale, and there are lots of stamp sets and papers. There's dies. The Notes of Nature dies are on sale. And in fact, if you were going to buy the stamp set and the dies, right now it would be cheaper to buy them separately. It's just a little cheaper, not too much. So I'm going to leave those like that. Just put my finger in some ink. And now we're going to do a little bit of die cutting. Let me get some dies out. We're going to cut out those leaves, and we're going to cut one of these leaves. I'm going to bring my little mini machine in, and my plates. And the first thing we're going to do is just cut from Mossy Meadow, and that's what I stamped the leaves in. I used Mossy Meadow and I colored them with Mossy Meadow, and we're going to put that on here. And I just want to remind you that you have to stagger your plates a little bit in here. They say to make them look kind of like the letter E. I'm looking for something I can put behind that so you can see it better. But you can see that one of the middle plate is indented a little bit, and that helps the roller to grab as you're running it through. Okay. Whoops. Oh, I'm not taking that out very carefully. I'm going to do that again. I was not paying attention. I'm sorry. I was trying to look at the comments, and I think I want my white base in there. It didn't feel very tight. The number 3 is actually the base for the embossing folders. Sorry, I had my arm right in there. There we go. So we'll take this one out a little more carefully. I'm going to poke the little holes with my Take Your Pick tool. There we go. And there's just one little leaf there that was tangled. So there's our leaf. Let me put this away so it doesn't fall on the floor. And now we're going to cut out these little flowers, these leaves. Different kind of leaves, right? So I'm just trying to get that lined up as best I can. Tends to move a little. There we go. Sorry if that's making things shake. So there's one leaf. And here's the other one. This mini machine is really nice for these small dies, and it can sit right up on your table. It's very compact to bring it someplace. Comes in very handy, and how can you resist a blue color? It's just so cute. So cute. Okay. So back to building. Whoops, this goes in here. Our little focal point. So you can see with those leaves, using the blender pen, I used the same ink that I stamped them in, Mossy Meadow, and I just colored them in loosely, just to give them a little color. Not too much. I do need to get a new glue out here, but we'll see if we can make it. So I'm going to put that just a little bit higher than center, and I'm going to pop my sentiment up on just a couple of dimensionals, and I'm going to put them right in the middle so I can tuck my leaves into that a little bit. Okay. And I think I'll put these in first. So nobody took a guess on here about my favorite stamp set. Ice cream was a really good guess. I do really like ice cream, but this one is my favorite stamp set for creating with. I think I want to push that one in just a little more. And then we'll tuck this one in. And I think I might have a little bling in the right color. We'll see. Oh, that's why I had my blends out. I did have the Night of Navy blend over here. And I thought, oh, I'm not using that. Why did I take that out? I think it was to color a little bling. So these are, those are a little light. They're more like a misty moonlight color. So let me get, this is my dark Night of Navy, even though the cap doesn't look all that dark. And so I can just use that tip to darken these up, and we'll see how they look on the card. Whoops, if they look dark enough. I think they'll be okay. There we go. Now we're going to do a little something on the inside. So I do think this is masculine enough, and I know I'm a little atypical that I think it's okay to put a little bling on a masculine card. We're going to use the Happy Father's Day from the Trusty Tools set, which is a great set for Father's Day, but you know, not every dad is a tool guy or a guy that likes to work on things. So this might be more for a gardener or somebody outdoorsy. Happy Father's Day. It's a nice block stamp set, nice and masculine. And we're going to put a leaf in there. I'm going to take the Mossy Meadow off of that leaf and use Old Olive. And just put a little leaf right down here. We won't color that one in. And then this will go on the inside, and we'll call it a card. But I do have some others I want to show you that I've made with this. A group I belong to called Creativity Abounds used Notes of Nature for a stamp camp back in February. The next stamp camp will be using the Birdhouse bundle. So if you're interested, watch for some information I need to find. I just got some sticky glue. I'm looking for my eraser right here. And that stamp camp will be in June. Okay, so there is a Father's Day card. You mean the world to me. Happy Father's Day. I love it. I love blue and green. I think Old Olive and Night of Navy go so well together. So here are some other cards I made. This was my bonus project for the stamp camp, and I call this a gatefold tuck because it opens like a gatefold, but one side tucks into the other. So this is with Notes of Nature. There's the leaves and the hello. I stamped these backgrounds here. Whoops. And then the paper. The paper is carrying over to the next catalog. And then you could write your sentiment on the back. So that's one. This is another one I did for the stamp camp. This was the tutorial card. And so I have like that notebook edge with the faux leather trim woven through it. And thanks for making me smile. Here's another collage one. This one is in wild wheat. Do we have any wild wheat fans watching tonight? It's one of those colors you either love it or you don't. That's wild wheat. And then this is almost the same card that we made tonight. This one is sort of modeled off of this one, but the colors are a little different. This is Pebbled Path and Soft Sea Foam. And then here are a couple of cards two of the other demonstrators in our group made for the stamp camp, the Notes of Nature stamp camp. So this one has lots and lots of die cuts. And then this one is a fun fold and has this cute little flap folded over there, and you would actually write your message on that part. So that's the Notes of Nature is a great stamp set. I just wanted to point it out one more time before it goes away for good, as well as the perennial postage stamp set that has those great sentiments. So thanks for joining me tonight. Thanks for watching. Let me see. Let me turn this over this way. And I'd love to know if you like the Notes of Nature stamp set. You can always comment on this even after the video is over. Is Notes of Nature your style? All right. Have a great night, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.